gonna have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
What went into the decision to go ahead and relieve the three gentlemen of their duties, and also who now takes over offensive play calling responsibilities?
Yeah, just performance results and production. Just wasn't heading the direction I wanted it to go, and I'll use the next 24 to 48 hours to sit down with the staff and figure out who's going to call the offense going forward.
Was this your decision, or did anyone influence your decision-making process?
100% my decision.
What do you hope to see as far as, do you want to see a change in offensive philosophy, or do you want to see what kind of change do you want to see in offense?
Yeah, I just want to see is, man, look, like I always talked about, us looking right, sounding right, matching the philosophy and idea of what I preach, which is, physicality, ability to run the ball, taking shots down the field, protecting the football first and foremost, disciplined up front. I think what we're going to do going forward, we got to do what we have. Obviously, we're dealing with injuries. A lot of new players are in and out of the lineup. We got to do what's best and gives us the best opportunity to win, whatever that may be. If it's throwing the ball 60 times, fine. If it's running it 60 times, fine. But we got to find a balance and an identity on offense going forward. I can't speak on our first half, which has been, frankly, shitty. But the second half, we need to play our best football. And that's going to be our goal. And it's kind of ironic that I took over around this time last year and we played our better football at the end of the season. I got to find a way to get that back into these guys, starting with our staff and our players, and make sure that we get back in this building next week. We're energized, we're focused, and we're going to do whatever it takes to get a win in Miami.
All right there. You heard AP. And where's the music?
Running a little late.
See, stuff like that can get you fired, bro. Okay? We're making decisions right now on bye week.
Hey, go ahead. I dare you.
I'm the only man that's been on every single episode. Try me.
I dare you. All right. Go ahead, Jim Otto. I dare you.
Make my day. Okay. So right there, you see the Las Vegas Raiders put out a text right after they got. I don't want to say got rid of. That's me. Right after they let go, they relieved Luke Getsy. So since we have relieved Luke Getsy, James Craig, that's the offensive line coach, and Rich Scangarello. Rich Scangard of the duties with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Scangarello.
Well,
there you go. That's close enough. We'll take it.
He found himself going out the door with Getsy and Craig out the door. So with that was the big news right after the game was over on Sunday. And now
Not
it
long
is.
after, I'm wondering if that was a little what was it? Not Dennis Allen, but yeah, Dennis Allen like
Scan green, okay? Scan green, okay?
Can you find your own way home because we're not paying for your plane ticket?
What is up, Elise and Anna? Who has been? We're not going to count one of the episodes, but Anna was on every episode with you, Asylum. Who has been on?
Hold on, she's been on every Wednesday episode. She just missed one Friday episode, so that still counts. Right? Oh, we actually had a question. We're going to ask the chat here. You know, we're talking about my Jim Otto status here, and we were wondering, does the Friday episodes count as a whole, all by itself, or is it just for the week? So,
well,
just for the week, Anna's been here every time too.
With episodes with numbers, Anna has been on each one. All right, Asylum. Mr. Jim Otto himself been on every single episode that has been taped or recorded, because the old school way you say taped. So yeah. So the big news right after the Bengals game, after we got shellacked and curb stomped, is they got rid of Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator. And other news had also preceded. Not preceded means before. Other news had came after, so we'll get into all that. But how are you, though? How are you doing?
Well, other than getting our asses handed to us, I've been doing pretty good. You know, just trying to survive. Glad it's a bye week. I think this is a well-deserved time for the bye week to get everything straightened out, which, as you saw, they're already starting to try to get everything straightened out. And so, yeah, it's one of those. It's well-deserved. As much as I hate the bye week, this is one of those perfect. And we talked about it all season, about how, you know, this timing was going to be good for us, regardless, even if we were, you know, won all but the two games that we truly lost, which was the Carolina game and the Bengals game. We lost those games handedly. You know, even if we were only lost to two, this bye week's coming just at the right time. You saw how many injuries we had in that game, and everything else like that. You know, oh yeah, and don't forget New England Raiders booster. He's here too. You know, and you know what? You're not prettier than me. I'm still the face of Raider Nation right now. So you know what? I'll take it. Anyways, you know, I think this bye's coming at a good time. It's time to just reset, shake everything off, etch a sketch. You know, forget about the last 9 weeks and focus on the next 8 we got coming up.
Yeah, the bye week comes. I guess you can call it's like a halftime.
8 or 7.
It's like of what?
That we got left.
8. It comes. It's like right in the middle schedule, so it's kind of like a halftime. And you know what? I think we all, even Raider fans, need a break of everything that's going on, and all these people are talking all this stuff of conspiracies and this this player and that player, and this is gonna happen, and this person's gonna leave, and that person's gonna get fired, and this person. It's time to just relax, okay?
Hey, look, the trade deadline's passed. You know, everyone was saying sell, fire sale, blow up the fucking team. I'm glad to see that we didn't. The only reason Devontae got traded was because he asked for it, and you know what? Good riddance, because he's on a team that's not fucking much better right now, and everything going. So, you know, we don't need cancers right now, because this is the time, this kind of situation, and this is the time here that a team could completely implode, and all it takes is a player or two to, you know, start being that cancer, and it just starts affecting everybody, and it goes, and it can get ugly. We have a chance to salvage things here, depending on how the players and coaches respond.
What up, Booster? What up, Raider Booster? What up? What up? I saw it earlier, but Asylum was talking, so I didn't want to interrupt.
I do that a lot, though.
Well, speaking of good teams, let's do our shameless plug. Here we go. Hey!
All right, everybody. Go to the YouTube channel, The Cage Match Show. Like, share, and I see only 2 likes and 7 people in here. So, you know, we need to get up there on this liking thing. Come on, guys. Get us in that algorithm. give us a thumb up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit that bell so you know every time we drop a new video, short, post, whatever it is, you'll be able to see it, like it, do whatever the hell you want with it. Except for steal it, because you know what? We know when people steal our shit.
We do.
And if is in there and trying to stop us like he likes to do. He thinks, we're a Raider podcast, so he feels he's got to get involved. You can catch us on Facebook at Oakland Raiders Savage or Asylum. And then once we come back on, go ahead and come back. And once the show's over, why don't you go ahead and visit WGG. And Alicia, we need to get you on because you need to tell us how good this shit is. People ain't going to believe us. They're going to believe you. So go to WGG, browse their supply, order yourself something, put Cage Match, one word, in the discount code to get 10% off your entire order. Go.
And I know it's been a while, but when you do think of wins, hopefully after the bye week, you think of dubs. When you think of dubs, think of www.gg. Go there and 10% off your whole order. Put Cage Match, one word, CAGEMATCH, into the discount code and get that 10% off. And it'll help us out. Help out the show. And the products are really good. I had some. I did break the cup, though, because, the Raiders have been irritating me. So the cup's broken. I got to get a new cup. But my sister bought some, too. So, Alicia, if you can do a little taste
right
test
here.
video.
She's going with the Pinberry hydration right now.
Yes, so Alicia, we need you to do a focus group, put everyone there and taste the product, and then let us know, and we'll make you a Mentos commercial. That I know you love the Tim Brown one. And also remember, shouts out to the Compa Fabian. Go to www.rn4lifer.com. Check out his catalog. He has great merch. Check that out. He helped make some of our what are they called again? Our merch. So make sure you go there. Like I always say, I only wear hats from the man himself. Go there to Raider Nation for Lifer. .com. Shouts out to Raiderman, Raiderman19.com. Go there, check it out. He has his Oath merch, the Raiderman for Richmond podcast. We need to we got to get a hold of Raiderman. We got to get a hold of Raiderman and see how he's doing, because he's been working a lot, but we just want to see how he's doing as a Raider fan, because he's the one that brings the passion. He's the one that brings the fire. That's what you hear at the end of the intro. And speaking of fire, we want to get him at the torch to light the fire at the torch. It is hologram. It's not really a real fire like it was in Oakland, but still, you can't have a live fire inside of a dome, so I guess it's safety hazards or whatever. I don't know.
Hold on. They can do fireworks. They can put a real flame. Just got to keep it low. That's all.
Keep it low. Yeah, we're going to put a smoker out there and then whatever. So get him out there in front of 65,000 people to have him light the torch. Can you imagine him doing an oath in front of all those fans, bringing the Oakland Mystique to the Las Vegas right away as the mega powers combine? Oh, yeah. Raiderman 19 needs to go up there and put light a fire underneath this Raider team and get them going. So Asylum, shouts out to Raiderman 19. Asylum, we did have big news. And when we have big news, we got to bring James Earl Jones into the mix. So, with that said, let's go into our CMN news update intro. Let's go.
This is CMN, a cage match news update.
All right, well, wait, that's not it. All right, well, Raiders fire Offensive Coordinator Luke Getsy, and then 2 other coaches were let go. Now, you remember this scene right here? This scene at halftime of the Raven game lit a fire under Getsy, speaking of fire, and the offense went going. But since then, fire. But since then, it's just been a WTF. And with that, the Raiders fired Luke Getsy. Rushing offense was 32nd. We're back to last in the league at 76.9 yards a game. Passing, we went down to 19th, below the middle of the pack, with 203.3 yards a game. Scoring, 26th, 18.7 points a game. Overall, the offense was 29th, 280.2 yards a game. And on the bottom, it says 17 total touchdowns, tied for 24th with 4 teams. But one of those touchdowns was Jack Jones' interception this past game, the pick six. So technically only 16 touchdowns Luke Getsy offense was producing throughout the first 9 games of the season. And with that, changes had to be made, which goes into our second news thing, because I had it all backwards. But here we go.
Go figure.
Raiders promote Scott Turner to interim offensive coordinator and play caller. Turner, who was the pass game coordinator for the Raiders. He came in last year, 2023. He is now be promoted to the interim play caller and offensive coordinator. And a quick look at Scott Turner at a glance. Scott Turner is
I said at a glance.
At a glance, in his second season with the Raiders, he is a 12-year NFL coach veteran, age 42. He does have coordinator experience, so he does have 2 more years more than Getsy did coming into the Raiders this early season. He was with the Carolina Panthers between 2011 and 2012. He was their offensive quality coach. Went to the Cleveland Browns in 2013. Was the receivers coach. Went to the Vikings between 14 and 16, was a quarterback coach. He went to Michigan to work under Jim Harbaugh, ironically, as their offensive analysis. Then went to the Panthers between 18 and 19 as their quarterback coach, and then became the Washington Commanders offensive coordinator between 2020 and 2022. When Ron Rivera went to the Commanders, he took him with him, and he was their coordinator for those 2 years. And then he became the Raiders' pass game coordinator last year. And I got it here. I got notes, okay? I have notes. Okay, here we go.
Notes.
Here we go. So he helped Josh Gordon when he was with the Browns, receivers coach. He helped Josh Gordon become the first Browns player in history to lead the NFL in receiving yards, 1,646, and the 17th best single season receiving mark in NFL history. When he went to the Vikings, he helped Teddy Bridgewater. He was named to the Pro Bowl in the second season in 2015 and recorded an 8th best completion percentage, 64.6%, and the 17th highest passer rating, 85.2, by a rookie in NFL history. When he went to Washington, before that, when he went to Carolina, he was the interim offensive coordinator, so that's where he started being a coordinator in 2019. His first season, the offense finished 10th in the league in net yards, 373.3, the second highest season average in club history. And then with the Commanders,
Redskins,
with the with the football team, in 2020. He served as a coordinator in 2021, led the offense that produced a 100-yard rusher and a receiver, and ranked 6th in the NFC in rushing yards per game, 121.2. We need that. Wide receiver Terry McLaurin recorded 1,000-yard receiving and in each of his 3 seasons under Turner. And he is also credited with the development of Aiden O'Connell, who finished 3rd among all rookie quarterbacks with 2,218 passing yards, and second with 12 passing touchdowns. O'Connell became the first rookie in Raiders history to have a 100.0 passer rating in multiple games, 3 of his rookie season, while also tying the franchise rookie record for most passing touchdowns in a single game, which was 4. So
it's funny because I've heard other podcasters turn around and say he is garbage and hasn't done nothing as an offensive coordinator.
Well,
is that what you just heard? He did nothing?
From what I read and what I read off, I mean, he helped some of these guys become NFL quality players. Here's another one right here. When he was with the Panthers as an offensive quality coach, The Panthers recorded two of the top 4 seasons. The Panthers recorded 2 of the top 4 seasons in franchise history in terms of net yards, setting the all-time mark with 389.8 yards per game in 2011 and 360.7 in 2012. Turner helped coach quarterback Cam Newton, who was named NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2011. So he does come with a good Yelp rating, I guess, from Wikipedia. And
New England Raider Boosters here, I think, says it for us right here. Is because people don't do their homework. They don't look at the numbers. They don't look at what's happening and just want to talk because he's only got very little experience. And it was the Commanders. I'm sorry, the Redskins. I'm never going to call them the fucking Commanders. And, granted, they were struggling at the time, but, they were on that upward motion. And look at them now. I mean, I'm going to say he helped get them going, but yeah, I'm sorry. I only had to bring it up because I thought it was funny that people were calling him garbage and said he didn't do shit. He ain't, he can't. And we'll get more into what other people have said about another situation going, but sorry. Go ahead. You go.
And then since 3 coaches were fired, of course, things, and then, with the new offensive coordinator being Scott Turner, they decided, well, let's get some reinforcement. So our last story of the news, Raiders hire former head coach Norv Turner to the offensive staff. Now, people are wondering, what, is he going to come in and be the offensive coordinator and do this and that? No, because that's going to be Scott Turner. But what he's going to do is replace the position that was of Joe Philbin. Joe Philbin will come down into the trenches as the offensive line coach, replacing James Craig, who, reading about James Craig throughout his career in the NFL as a coach, this was his first time. This year was his first time as the offensive line coach and not an assistant offensive line coach.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought he was offensive line coach for the Niners, but
no, he was an assistant, and I kept hearing that, and I said, well, let me double check before I go and put that out there, because I don't want to fall into the depths of podcasters who want to freak you out. This is why they suck, because of this. That's not true. You didn't do your research, okay? Do your homework, okay?
Do your homework. It's just that simple. It's not asking much. You're going to put information out there and try to, go. Just do a little bit of homework. It doesn't take it takes time. We put a lot of work into our show, but it does not take long to just get a little bit of facts before you turn around and go out and put your opinion out there. And opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them, and they're entitled to them. But do a little bit of homework. It's not that much to ask.
And if you don't believe us, ask Mark Davis. I love that one. All right, so yes, Tom Cable was a good offensive line coach. He was with the Raiders for 3 stints, offensive line coach, head coach, then I think offensive line coach, and then he came back as offensive line coach a couple years ago. So I like Tom Cable. Tom Cable's old school, and whatever,
breaking jaws and fucking taking names.
Exactly. Now that's a Raider coach. It punches someone in the face. That's the old school Ben Davidson.
That's the Raider way. Matt Millen.
Yes. Matt Millen punches GMs, okay?
Hey,
ask Jeff, he knows. Matt Millen punches GMs. All right, so relieved, like we said, offensive coordinator Luke Getsy was relieved of his duties, and went out the door with him was quarterback coach Rich Sangargalo and offensive line coach James Craig, and replaced Scott Turner was the passing coordinator. He has been promoted to interim offensive coordinator, so he takes the seat of Luke Getsy. Norv Turner, or actually Joe Philbin, was the offensive consultant. He goes down to be the offensive line coach, which has been his niche. That has been the offensive line. That's his baby. That's his thing.
Yeah, that's what he knows.
Yes, he is a trench guy. I love that guy. And North Turner comes in to be an offensive Blue. Hey, he looks as old as Blue. Okay, so relax. Okay, we saw what happened to Blue.
You're my boy, Blue.
North Turner comes in the last time. Oh wait, we do have a North Turner. Duh, we do have a North Turner. Speaking of North Turner, 72 years old, NFL coaching experience 35. That's NFL coaching experience 35. 15 years as a head coach, 20 years as a coordinator. As a coordinator, North Turner got 2 rings as a Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator. That was his first offensive coordinator job. Was with the Dallas Cowboys. He got the 2 rings with them. That gave him the job to be the Redskins. They were called the Redskins then. The Redskins head coaching job. After that, he went to San Diego to be their offensive coordinator, then went to the Dolphins to be their offensive coordinator, came back after the Raiders fired Bill Callahan. He became the head coach of the Raiders between 2004 and 2005. He didn't have a great record. I think he only piled 9 wins, was let go. After that, he went to San Francisco, where he revitalized their offense. After that, he came back to replace Marty Schottenheimer with the San Diego Chargers between 2007. My dad called him Shot in the Footenheimer because even though he'll get them to the playoffs, they're always one and done. Between 2007 and 2012. And then after that, Cleveland Browns offensive coordinator, Minnesota Vikings offensive coordinator, which he wasn't fired from, he resigned. And then he went to the Panthers, where his last job with the Panthers, he was a coordinator, but then he became, I think it was quality off, or he was like a special consultant there too for the offense. So his last coaching gig was about 5 seasons ago in 2019. Raiders bring him in to be the offensive consultant. So he'll probably help him and Scott Turner. Scott Turner probably help modernize. I don't know if I'm saying this because I believe or I'm hoping, but Scott Turner they'll probably help modernize his offense, North Turner's offense, to today's game, and hopefully from there. And we're not expecting the Raiders to overnight. Now they're an offensive juggernaut, but hopefully,
no. But
they can get 2 yards and score a touchdown on the goal line. Okay.
Well, like I was alluding to earlier, was this statement here, because I've already seen podcasters turn around and say, shit like, well, if you're gonna bring North Turner in to babysit his son, why don't you just make him the offensive coordinator? But if you look at the title, actually a lot of teams, but the Raiders obviously respect the position of, and what was it, offensive consultant, whatever it is, going however you say that position that Philbin had. Okay, they respect it enough because you want that experience input right there. That's all it is. He's not there to fucking baby his son. Scott Turner's got the job. We know it's going to be this next game after the bye. It's going to be a, for lack of a better word, dumbed down version of his offense that he ran with the Redskins. And I said Redskins. I'm going to say Redskins. They're going to dumb it down a little bit so the quarterbacks can start to learn it. And as the weeks go on, just like they did with Hardegree, it's going to grow and grow. The difference is he's going to already be able to add plays that he has. It's not making up new plays and going. And North Turner's just there to be able to give another set of eyes, right? What do they say? It's always good to have more than one set of eyes on the situation. He might be able to see a little something. He might see a twitch in a player that gives something away that he could actually bring up and say, this is what I'm seeing. And then Scott Turner's going to be like, well, if that's the case, we're going to go like this. Or if they see a player has a tendency to be better, on the long play, or this, that, the other, he's just going to say what he sees. He's got no input on the shit. This is Scott Turner's chance to prove to not only AP, the rest of the NFL, and the Raiders that you don't need to go searching for another OC. I'm your fucking guy. And Norv Turner's just there. Hell, it might be just so he can say he worked with his goddamn son. I mean, everyone's fucking giving Deion Sanders credit because you know what? Oh my God, he's playing with his son, or he's coaching his son. This is the greatest thing. There's this, that, the other. Everyone's talking about LeBron and his fucking son. And, you know, oh my God, this is the greatest thing in the fucking world. You know what? Every father's dream is to be able to work with their child, right? I mean, in this kind of situation.
You know,
maybe fulfilling and be able to get an experience. And we're going to go here. What you have 35 years in the NFL, 15 as a head coach, 20 as a goddamn offensive coordinator. And what'd you say? 4 rings? Right? It was 4 rings that he had?
No, he has 2 rings with the Cowboys.
Oh, just the 2 rings?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess. So he has the 2 rings. So, you know, he might know a little bit of something about football if he's got 2 rings. So, you know, let's just take it as it is. I'm not saying he's the savior, and I'm not saying this is going to be the perfect marriage of shit, but let's take the experience for what it is. I've heard somebody say, what was it? We brought in nothing but a bunch of has-beens.
People who are a couple years away from entering a old folks home.
Yeah, a couple years away from entering an old folks home. And there has been. But what's the one thing that that outranks a lot of shit, you know, when it comes to new people? Experience. And you cannot replicate experience. And we have a lot of experience. We have it with Marvin Lewis. We have it with Joe Philbin. We have it with Coughlin. We have it now with Norv Turner. Retreads, you know, people can go, but you know, when it comes down to the experience, nothing beats experience. Boom. And that's what it comes down to. AP is still learning. We've said this how many times on this show? He's a rookie head coach learning what he does not know. And he's got to learn it the hard way. But what do you do? Okay, when you go to a job, do they have you by somebody who's only been there a couple years, or is it by the guy who's been there who's been doing the same job for 15 years?
You usually get trained by the one. Well, yeah. I guess I said it depends because at the jobs I've had, being a driver, they usually give the person to me to train, and I'm teaching them I'm teaching them how to cheat.
Okay, well, okay. Well,
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So,
yeah. Well, rule number 1:
cheating is encouraged.
Ready? Rule number 2:
refer back to rule number 1.
Okay, but in my experience, because I am a what the hell do they call it? Not vocation. I am a tradesman. Okay, I'm a machinist by trade. And I guarantee the people who trained me were not somebody who was in the league, doing the job for 2 years. I've only run this machine for 2 years. I was trained by people who did this shit for 20 plus years. And they put you with those people when you have not, when you're new to this shit. Why? Because that experience, they've experienced everything. They know all the little tricks. They know this, they know that. Those are the people that you want training your new guy, not somebody who's a rookie with them. Why do you think they brought in Tom Telesco and didn't give it to Champ Kelly, the GM? Because AP was a rookie head coach and they needed a GM with experience instead of a GM who is also a first-time GM or started as an interim GM. They needed that experience when it came to evaluating talent and doing all the rest of the GM duties.
Can I want to comment on this. You know, when I heard that the Lakers drafted Bronny, I honestly thought it was the paper towels for how many tears that LeBron James cries. Shots fired! Shots fired! I'm sorry. I had to say that.
Go ahead, Dad.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I just had to say that. Okay, but Bronny. Okay, so I thought it was. You know, they say, you know what? Tissues ain't working. Get the paper towels out. Get the Bronny. Sorry. That's what we do.
Bronny, the quicker picker upper.
Is that the one?
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. Anybody who watches commercials, please. I don't know.
I swear Bronny is the quicker picker upper.
Yeah, I think it is. We'll use Costco. So, that's Bounty, okay? Not Bronny. Bronny is the. Brownie is the.
Okay. Bounty. Yeah. My bad. See, I was wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong.
See, Bronny has the lumberjack. Okay.
Hey, they both start with B. Close enough.
She got the generic brand. And I want to go back to what Anna said earlier. At least it was lumberjack dude. Anna says, "Isn't that what the Raiders were all about? Though giving misfits second chances. That has been the history under Al Davis. You know, it will take away that's where the castaways came from, and the misfits, people who other teams discarded throughout the door, and Al Davis found a way, whether it's changing
the fucking John Matuzak's.
Yeah, whether it was finding a new home with the Raiders and then either put him in a better position to succeed, which is like changing positions maybe or whatever. But Al Davis was able to find that. But can we still do that? We're no longer under Al Davis. Can we still do that with the Mark Davis and the other trusting people that he has underneath him? And I know people tie in Tom Brady because he has the 5% interest into the team, even though he's not really allowed to really say too much, being that he's working for Fox as an analyst, where he's supposed to be unbiased to a team, even though he is a 5% owner of the Raiders. Can we still follow that same type of strategy when we bring in retreads or misfits or whatever?
All right, Homer, you know what? We're not going for the number 1 draft pick. We are going to win some games. I'm sorry. Watch the show. Love you, brother. But you know what? Keep dreaming. I know you're up in Colorado. Keep smoking that shit because it seems to be working for you.
Shouts out to Raider Homer. Okay, so
Homer.
Love you, can we still...
Okay. To answer your question, we cannot go to the level of Al Davis because we don't have an Al Davis on the team. Okay, Mark Davis is not Al Davis. Tom Brady is not Al Davis. Can we still live to the heart of that though, and give players a second chance and hope it works out? Yes, we can, because that is, that was the Raider, the Raider way. People come in giving that last chance, but it's going to be far. Just the names I said were all within, 5 to 7 years of each other. Something like that, when it comes down to it, because Al Davis was Al Davis who had, who knew football like nobody else. And we don't have that with Mark Davis. We don't have that with Tom Brady. Tom Brady knows quarterbacks. Are we going to get a retread? No. We'll probably get a new quarterback, which Raider Homer was asking for. And I'm sorry, Homer. It ain't going to be fucking Shador. Fuck him. Well, now that I said that, but Brady, Brady's going to have an eye for talent in that aspect and input on what to do. Maybe telling them, and I did see an article where Brady said the NFL right now is hurting players, not just quarterbacks, but players. And it's basically by, throwing them in too early. Brady sat behind somebody. Patrick Mahomes sat behind somebody. Fucking Jordan Love sat behind somebody. Aaron Rodgers sat behind somebody. Now, these are names that people are talking about, in conversations as Hall of Famers, different shit. But what's the thing there? They sat behind. Why? Because that's what works, and you got to groom your players to be good players. You can't just throw them in there and turn around and say, go be great. This is the NFL, not college.
Well,
but you will give second chances. I mean, and perfect example of that, and it working. Jack Jones.
yeah.
Don't let. Hold on. I mean, honestly,
This goes to the comment that he said that any Raider booster said about this one right here. Brady just said something on this weekend on air that caused a stir, and then that was with the comment that he said, and that's the other rule that Brady has is he's not allowed because he has ownership, he has a stake in an organization, in an NFL organization, that he's not allowed to criticize the referees.
He can't criticize referees. He can't criticize other teams. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of rules. To be honest with you, I don't see him being a commentator for very long because of all these rules. And I hope
now that he has the Raiders.
Yeah, you know, and I hope who is he? He's with Fox, right? Fox is who he signed with. I hope his contract with Fox was fully guaranteed because I don't see him living out whatever the length of that contract is because of being the owner. I don't see it being conducive to each other, and it's going to end up causing problems.
Personally, I think he sucks as a commentator. Well, he lives in the area where Brady, I guess, dominated when he dominated. So I'm going to take Jeff's word for it. I'm going to take.
Well, I'm going to say that's because he's from San Mateo, and they don't know how to talk down over there. That's a rich territory. Not rich. That's a area from high money and shit. So, you know, I mean, San Mateo, they don't have to do much to do their jobs.
The higher middle class.
Yeah, the higher middle class. And yes, I know what I'm talking about because I'm from that, not from San Mateo, but I'm from the Bay Area, and I know a lot about San Mateo.
The other side of the bridge over there.
The other side of the bridge.
92.
Which is okay. On the other side of the, you literally go over the bridge, and it's as soon as it hits flat, you're in San Mateo.
Now, with the Raiders hiring Norv Turner, which is considered a retread, former Raider head coach, not 04 and 05.
Before on that, hold on. Just saying, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I know that's what everyone's focusing on. They're not looking at his history as an offensive coordinator. All fucking Raiders fans are looking at is him as the head coach.
I know, and in the record that he only had 9 wins in 2 seasons, but with the hiring of Norv Turner, 72 years old, and then you have Joe Philbin, who's up there in age. You have Tom Coughlin, who's up there in age, another former head coach, of course, Philbin. You have Marvin Lewis, who was a former head coach of the Bengals, team we just got shellacked just this past weekend. Everyone is acting all negative, and we got all these old people and whatever in our building, but I don't see it that way. What I see is the new version of the Expendables. Coming in 2 Sundays. The new version of the, what is it called again? Sorry, I didn't write the script out, okay? I'm off script right now, and I don't know what I'm doing, Luke Getsy. Right here, okay? This is the... I lost it.
You're talking about their Homer? Is that what you're talking about?
Starring Antonio Pierce, Marvin Lewis, Tom Coughlin, Joe Philbin, Norv Turner, Rob Ryan, Patrick Graham, in the cowboy hat, Mark Davis, and a special appearance by Tom Brady. This is all right there. This is your new Raiders team. Okay. I almost want to say the replacements.
I gotta see this bitch. Are you not gonna say that fucking baby shit didn't work out with Gruden? Gruden, you know, keep talking Gruden. I'll admit, when he was forced to resign, which Mark Davis did not want, you know, that year going, but that's another retread, right? I mean, that's the same as everybody else. Right? Ain't that the same as everybody else? All we're doing is bringing back history. And yeah, it's dorky face. I agree with that one. But, all we're doing is living in the past. Aren't we exposed to fucking move forward? It's a different NFL than when Gruden was good.
Yeah.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I want to know Homer's opinion because I know he's just as motivated, animated, and passionate as I am.
Alicia says.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Alicia says, why he trying to look like Jim Carrey? Because, Elise, when they make a movie about him, he will play the older version.
We got to use that right there. We got to use that right there. I love that. She just dedicated a fucking actor to play Tom Brady.
By Jim Carrey. Okay, so that was your little comedy right there. Thank you very much.
We need to paint green for the Grinch.
All right, now there was a game. Okay, so that's what's going on. Now there was a game that was played, and okay. Well, how about this? Let's go this way. Let's go this route. Everyone,
this is your show. Go ahead. Go whichever direction you want to go.
I'm just saying, like I'm trying to quarterback this, but I don't have an offensive coordinator, so I'm trying to go old school. You
broke your thumb. You're Aiden O'Connell, right? You broke your thumb, so you're trying to do it from the sideline.
Yeah, see, watch, I broke my thumb.
And people like me, people like me who's playing Minshew and Ritter are just fucking everything up for you.
Well, with the Raiders in last place, 2-7, I believe they are tied. What is it? 6 teams at 2-7, and everyone.
Yeah. But you know what? We're the best of those teams. We're 7th. No, we're 6th.
We're 6th. You know what we used to say in high school, in my old high school, because we were always the last team in the standings. They'd be like, "Oh, you're last in the standings." Yeah, we're the strongest team in the standings. How so? Because we got to hold everybody else up in the standings. Oh, that's what we used to say. So with this. Okay, you gotta have fun. Okay, Raider fans and everybody out there. Okay, gotta have fun. Cause I know it sucks that the team is not doing. They're doing far beyond what we thought they were gonna be, but going the wrong way, going down. So okay, but what they say is you can only go up. Now we've been saying that for 22 years, and that's where all the frustration and all the how you say the impatientness, I'm using new words here, impatientness is coming from, and I understand, because after game 4, I was like, Getsy got to go. And I know you and Silent was like, no, let's just see, maybe it's execution, this and that. But once you said, you know what, I'm done, I'm on the train. 24 hours later.
I did. I sent you the text, and I believe I sent it to a couple of other people. After last week, I said, all right, I'm done. Oh, no, I was actually on Captain Jack's show and said it live on his show. I'm done. I was saying I can't make any more excuses for him. And the minute I said I was done, it's time for Getsy to go. What the Raiders do?
They go and fire him. See, if you was on the train earlier, this probably would have happened earlier. But you know,
so, you know what, Raiders fans, blame me for Getsy because you know what, I was trying to go for consistency and stability, and I just happened to be wrong when it came to the OC position. I'm sorry. You beat me up. You can all roast me, do whatever you want. It's okay. I'll hang my head in shame and just deal with the situation.
Now, we're literally at a midpoint in the season. We got our bye week. So people are on two sides of the spectrum. Okay, there's the, you know what? I'm tired of seeing my team win. Just show me that there's hope for next year. So I want to see some wins. I know we're not going anywhere, and that's what I was showing this. We're not really going anywhere this season. I mean, I'm not saying we're not really. Most likely, 90% sure we're not going anywhere. So, but it's like people, we want to see that we're improving. some of us still have hope in AP. I have hope in AP still because, like you say, he's a rookie, and everyone's going to put his. Well, he's only been a coach in the NFL for a year and a half before he became the head coach, where he leapfrogged everybody else, all the other possible candidates who are probably more qualified for the job. This and that, whatever. But then you got the other side of the spectrum of people that are saying, and he's in the comments, Raider Homer, is to, where is he at? Where is that one at?
No,
number one draft pick. Let's tank.
No. But the fact that you're saying to tank Homer, come on, just a little bit. I got to lose a little bit of respect there. Just for the tanking comment. We are not the Colts. We are not the Colts who are sucking for luck. I'm sorry. And I know you want Shador. And you know what? No. And I'll say it like this. The reason I don't want Shador is because Deion's got to be coming with that shit. And I don't want fucking Deion. You cannot have Deion fucking involved with his son being the quarterback of the team. If we can get Shador without Deion whatsoever, Deion's out of the picture, I might, and we're talking about 30% right now, consider it. But I guarantee Deion's going to be involved, and we don't want Deion involved with this fucking team.
And if Deion does come to the team, he'll probably be in part 2 of the Expendables, and he'd be wearing the cowboy hat that Mark Davis has right now. So, coming to part 2, the Expendables. But and this right here, look at Homer. Homer is speaking like a true A's fan right now. Be good, but not good enough where they can trade you. I'm saying that as an Oakland A's fan, but like, we want you to be good, but don't be that good, because we're sick and tired of you trading away our good players. Organically, I was going to say the Raiders, the way it seems like that the Raiders are playing very Darwin-esque, you know, like the Darwin Awards, where they're basically killing themselves. So it's like we don't even have to tank, because that's what we've been doing naturally for the last 22 years. The losing culture just keeps carrying on to the next season. Anytime we have hope, it's taken away somehow, some way. And I know injuries are not an excuse, but it's a real thing. Coons, we keep saying this over and over again. Coop's never even got to play it down this season. Marcus Epps was lost early in the season. Michael Mayer, mental health, he hasn't been around. Masterson, you know, so our defense has been hit. Our defense has been the main victim of the injury bug. Christian Wilkins, our big tackle.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
So
I was just trying to think, Anna, a supporter of the show.
And then with Aiden O'Connell, we're trying to evaluate. We're trying to evaluate and see how he was in a fair in this Getsy offense, and maybe we're trying to decide, okay, but was it Getsy? Was it Minshew? We'll put in Aiden O'Connell and see, because Aiden O'Connell, he looked good last year under McDaniel's offense in the preseason. I know it's preseason, but with Hardegree, he made the plays that he needed to, because that's what his coach asked him. But, you know, after getting hurt, we don't know, you know. And then, of course, you know, Ritter, we have Ritter, which I'm assuming that they're probably going to name it at the start, after this weekend's NFL week is over. So basically after week 10 is over, they'll probably name the starter. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is Ritter. But we're evaluating the quarterbacks that we have on this roster, and I know drafting a quarterback is high on everyone's list. I haven't seen. I don't have a comment on that, because I don't really know the quarterbacks coming out yet from college yet, because I'm just focusing on this year now.
The two big names that I've heard, and I'll admit I haven't heard a lot, have been Shador Sanders and Cam Ward. Those are the two names.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
if you do that, if you're going to show that, go ahead and show mine. If I ad-libbed, I'll take over the show, and then Savage wouldn't get a word in edgewise, and I can't do that to my co-host here. He's got to get some words in.
He's Homer says watch for football, but I do watch for football.
Okay.
I watch NFL football.
I watch a lot of football. Now I'm assuming you mean college football, and I'll admit that's something I need to do a little bit more. We said that during the draft. The both of us need to watch a little bit more. But I was
going to say, if this is the Titanic, I'm one of the guys playing with the band. I don't care, Kay. I don't care. I will go down with the ship. I'm going down with the ship if we're going to sink, whatever, because it's all I got until the next 8 months is over, and then we start again with a new NFL season. It's all I got when it comes to sports.
Oh, go ahead. Are you done?
No, I'm saying it's all I got when it comes to like the sports I love, because my A's, they tank every year. They don't even have a city name anymore. They're going to be called the A's, playing in a minor league field in Sacramento before they even build the stadium for them in Las Vegas, which that deal was not even finalized yet. And I do have my Warriors, but it's not the same since they moved over to San Francisco. I do follow them, but the Raiders, that's what I grew up in. That's where I seen, at the parking lot in Lot D at the Oakland Coliseum. I grew up there. My whole life has been based around the Raiders, hanging out with Jack Tatum at the Oakland Hilton, Run Jones at the bar with his 3 rings and a 20-something-year-old on his arm, and I'm over here at 14 years old at the bar talking to him about Raider football, So Raymond Chester was always with Jack Tatum, so I would talk to both of them. I'm 14, 15 years old, so I grew up around the Raiders. This is all I got. So you can call me a homer, but I'm going down with the ship. I'm playing the violin until the ship goes underneath, into the iceberg. I don't care, okay? It's what I got until we meet again, Raiders. Until we meet again. On the other side. So
the only thing I gotta say to Homer about this whole Shador shit, and again, I'm fine with the Shador thing without Dion, but when you bring in Shador, you're gonna have to deal with Dion, and most likely there's the chance of him as head coach. Now you're talking about a head coach whose son is playing for the head coach. If Shador sucks, you think Dion's going to pull Shador because he sucks? It ain't going to fucking happen. And when it comes down to it, you're talking about Deion Sanders, who has 2 years of head coaching experience in college, which is the same as fucking AP, right? When it comes to any kind of NFL coaching experience, you're talking about a guy who has less experience coaching overall, and you're going to want him? I don't want the Dion aspect in this. And if we can get Shador without Dion, I'll consider it. But I guarantee wherever Shador goes, Dion's going to be involved. And that's the one thing I don't. Oh, he may play under Brady, but Brady can't coach. Brady can only give fucking suggestions.
Tom Brady is good at texting, okay? He has the burner phone just in case. Hey, Mark Davis, I think you should tell Shadora, give me his phone number.
Bring it, brother. I'm ready. I've had enough to drink. Let's fucking go.
We got to debate again.
I'm ready for a 4-hour show. But no, my thing is with Shador is Dion's going to be coming with him wherever he goes. And I think Dion is going to be the catalyst that hurts Shador in the long run. If Shador can get away from his father, it worked in college so far, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in the NFL, Get rid of fucking Dion. Plain and simple. There's no anger. This is all love, Alicia. This is all love.
Asylum is asylamine. And I love this comment right here too. Well, this one and this one correspond together, and we're trying to be the ones that are trying to. No, I don't want to say we're trying to sugarcoat it. We're not trying to sugarcoat it. We're trying to see the little light that's at the end of the tunnel. You know, like in the beginning of the movie of Look Who's Talking, the little light in the tunnel. Oh. We're just trying to see. We're trying to just put stuff together because everybody else sees all the negative shows that are out there, and it's like, well, it depends on what you want to do. Do you want the Raiders to tank, or do you want the Raiders to show life? Because what I see is, what I see. What I see is Raider fans who say they want to tank, but then they get mad when the Raiders lose. And that's where it's like, well, what do you want? That's where it's like, well, what do you want? You know, if you want to tank, if they lose, then hey, you know, okay, you know, or do you want to be like in Major League, where they knew that the owner was, you know, we're trying to make them lose so we can win the team, Oakland A's, and they had that speech, you know, in the locker room, and they said, what do you want to do? And he goes, let's go win the whole thing. Not that we're going to be able to do that, but...
Hold on. In Major League, they didn't do that either, though.
I know.
I love Anna's Show Us Hope. You know. And I love this here, too. What I see from the Raiders is like an episode of Walking Dead. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a single episode of that. I might have to catch it up to see what you're talking about, and I could do that.
Wait, go to Homer's comment. Homer will come out of retirement. And Homer will come out of retirement, and he'll be in part 3, rated PG-13. Rotten Tomatoes, 30%.
Fucking 3. I'm coming out of retirement.
He's going to play the Mel Gibson part. I put this team together. This is what we do on our show. This is what we do on our show. Because who was tired of seeing everybody out there like, here it goes, bro. Here it goes. The Raiders are tanking. What are they doing?
Homer. I got to give it to Homer. Either he just looked it up or he knew this from the get-go. Whichever way, I got to give it to him because he has it dead on because I know I said it earlier. No, not the Braveheart part. That one right there. Not the Braveheart. You know, it ain't freedom because right now you trying to fucking bring us together, not together, but confine us to a fucking Deion Sanders. And with Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders, there is no freedom. That is fucking, you know, tyranny right there together. And that's what we're trying to avoid.
But Homer is trying to tell you that with Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders, this could be Lethal Weapon. Mel Gibson reference. But
no, I don't even see that. I don't even see that. You know what? If we get our own version of Joe Pesci in there, then it could be Lethal Weapon. But this is not even a fucking weapon. This is
hey, we already had Luke Getsy. Do we need Leo Getsy? We had Luke Getsy. We already had Luke Getsy. Do we need Leo Getsy to come in? Or do we want...
Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
That's me talking to Homer right there. That's me talking to Homer. And you know what? I heard your show in 4 Super Bowls. Again, put the pipe down because you just graduated from the fucking weed to crack right there. If you think we're going to get 4 Super Bowls with Shedeur Sanders.
Okay, let's all of us put down the spoons and the lighters, okay? The only thing we light around here is the torch at the stadium, okay? All right, now, there was a game.
You got
my bad.
Bringing all the drugs?
I was sheltered. So, there was a game this weekend.
I'm gonna go like this, right here. I can't argue with that.
Unnecessary roughness. Ah, Homer's coming at you like North Dallas 40. All right, so featuring Matuzak. Okay, so
I love you, brother. You know this is all in fun.
What is up, Rick? Rick is checking in from Hawaii out there in the islands. Yeah, right. So there was a game.
Right on rice.
Let's talk about this game. I know we don't want to think about it, but we got to talk about it because that's what's. Speaking of scripts, that's how the show goes.
No, that's how the NFL goes.
Oh yeah, when they got guys like this guy right here, Dance Monkey, you never know what's gonna happen. Okay, so unless you have the script. All right, so the Raiders lose to the Bengals 41-24, dropping the record to 2-7, which gives the Bengals a 4-5 record. That was the angriest aloha.
Hold on, I'm not angry. Trust me, I'm not angry yet. You have to wait to see me angry.
Wait and see the angry. Well, Rick didn't see it was angry. He said aloha. So, shouts out to Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Shouts out to Maldonado, original Black Hole member. That's Rick's cousin. Shouts out to Maldonado. So, the Raiders lose 41-24. Looking at the stats from this last game, total yards, the Bengals over the Raiders, 373 to 217. Passing yards over the Raiders, 243 to the Raiders, 157. Rushing yards over the Raiders, 130, 260. Not 260, but 60 yards. Yards per play. What's up, Godmother? Yards per play.
Hi,
5.3 in favor of the Bengals to the Raiders 3.7. The Bengals just killed us, especially in the air and also on the ground. So either both sides, whatever. We had one sack, which was shared between two players. We had one sack on Burrow, on Joe Burrow, and we gave a 5 to one player, basically. 5 punts to their 3, 6 penalties for 51 yards to their 7 for 60. But see, our penalties just came at the wrong time once again. We gave up 2 fumbles, 1 from each quarterback, but we did get a pick 6 off of Burrow. So if you think about it, Burrow threw 6 touchdowns. 1 we took home. So Burrow did that. But they had the time of possession 35 minutes and 14 seconds over our 24 and 46 seconds of the game. Speaking of Minshew, it wasn't too bad, I guess. 10 for 17, 124 yards of passing with a 58.8 completion percentage, a 7.3 yards per pass. He was sacked 1 time for 7 yards. Passer rating was 81.5. Quarterback rating was 31.3, which is low. He did lose a fumble trying to hand it off to DJ Turner and was benched on the third quarter, which gave way to Desmond Ridder seeing some significant playing time. And yes, it probably was in garbage time. Jack Jones did get that interception, which made the game slightly close. They didn't switch back to Minshew. They stayed with Ridder because AP said that he wanted a spark after the post-game press conference. He wanted a spark. Ridder got 11 for 16, 11 completions, 16 attempts, 74 yards, the 1 touchdown to Bowers, no interception, 68.8 completion percentage, 4.6 passing yards, yards per pass. He was sacked 4 times for 34 yards. He kept getting blindsided. Thayer Mumford didn't have a great game when he had to come in as the third tackle. Passer rating 99.5, QB rating 35.2. He also lost a fumble, strip sack. He finished the game taking in relieving Minshew in the third quarter. So with that,
since we got Homer on here, I want to know his opinion on Minshew's play the whole season.
Our offense versus the Bengals, and this just goes to why Getsy.
I'm not even going to argue this one. He got more than raped. He got gang raped.
Well, you had Colton Miller who went out, and then they put Andres Pete, which we all thought was a good signing coming in as a reserve offensive lineman. But the few times he's gotten in there, he just seems like he's been getting blown up. He's panning out to be a bad signing. So, but then when he got hurt, they threw in Thayer Mumford, who probably wasn't 100%, trying to play that left tackle.
Finally comes out.
And that's how that left side of the line was played. And if you look at the rushing stats, Madison 9 yards for 36. 9 carries for 36 yards.
36 yards.
What a 4 yard per game average. Abdullah 4 carries for 12, with an average of 3 yards a carry. Zamir White got his first touchdown of the year, 6 carries for 10 yards. With a 1.7. Ritter, 1 carry. He was scrambling for 2 yards. And then Minshew had 1 carry, but it was, to the line of scrimmage. So no yards gained, no yards lost. And right there, 60 yards of total rushing. We did get that touchdown at the goal line. Finally, but that was during the script plays. Total passing, 157 yards with a touchdown. That was to Brock Bowers at the end in garbage time. Total offense, 217, which has been low this whole season. They're receiving Myers being now the number 1 since number 17 left to go to the Jets. 8 receptions, 105 yards. So we had a 100-yard receiver, 13.1 yards per catch. Bowers, another 5-catch game, 45 yards with a 9 average, and he had a touchdown. Bryant came back from injury. He had 2 for 22. Abdullah, 3 for 14 out the backfield. Keaton, we saw him at the last preseason game. He had 1 for 7. Tucker had 2 for 5, which hopefully now with this offense we can get Tucker to start going. And then, that last one, it was an accident. And then Myers again, 8. So that is your stats on the offensive side.
We talked about this on our show constantly, and they finally did it in week 9. Was first play of the game. What the fuck did they do?
They went deep to Tucker, and that's what we said in the Friday episode, that let's just go deep and show them that we can go deep, not necessarily saying complete it, we want a completion, but just to show them that we can go deep on you, get out the box so we can do something with this offense.
And we said, even if you don't complete it, go ahead and do it. And first play of the game, they went deep to Tucker, and what did that do? I'll admit, it was after the pass interference call, but what ended up happening? It opened up the fucking run.
And we thought, okay, they're going down the field, and that's what they've been doing for most of the last, during this 5-game losing streak. They've been going down the field in the beginning of the game, but even the announcers in the game were all like, all right, well, let's see what happens. This is where it starts getting frustrating after they scored their first touchdown. Now it's time to go in and play off script. And then the Raiders went back to trying to force the run and run on first, run on second, pass on third, run on first, run on second, pass on third, run on first, run on second, pass on third. Where our receivers, like Myers, like Bowers, they disappeared. And you don't see them until the end of the third quarter when they know we have to pass. So that's where the frustrating part was, and that's why we had gotten rid of Getsy finally with the bye week, the 2 weeks to get this team as much prepared as they can with a new, I don't want to say a new installed offense, but with a different philosophy, I guess, or not philosophy, mindset, I guess, on how this offense will be ran. So,
no, I'll go with philosophy. Now that we got Scott Turner in there, it's a different philosophy now.
Yes. And
as we played earlier, AP went from wanting to be a dominant, run-heavy offense to he don't care how we win. If it's 60 passes or 60 runs, all he wants to do is fucking win. We are not in tank mode. As much as Homer would wish it happens, it's not a tank mode situation. We are trying to win and show that we can grow from here. Mistakes were made with hiring Luke Getsy. As much as I was trying to help the situation, and I still think execution was part of the problem, play calling obviously came into effect because after the scripted plays, the game was over.
You know, it's funny, and I just thought of it right now when I saw this comment that Homer said. We put a short out there with Dr. Evil, firing Getsy, and then I'm thinking like now when I see Scott, come here, Scott, give me a freaking hug, Scott.
There you go. That sounds like a new short to me.
I need you to take her with a freaking. I'm gonna sign you for $1 million. Okay, sorry.
$1 million.
We're going off script again. Are we scoring? So, Mini Scott, Mini. Stop humping the laser. No. All right. So, my sister. Okay. So, sorry. So, now on the defensive side,
Squirrel.
Squirrel. The Raiders gave up a total of 373 yards. We said this earlier. Passing yards, 243. Rushing yards, 113. First downs allowed, 26. Third down conversions, 8 out of 15. We did get a sack. That actually, I'm supposed to change that to, I think it was 3 punts. But we had the one takeaway pick 6. And, of course, the 35 minutes and 14 seconds the Bengals had the ball. Chase Brown, 27 yards, 27 carries, 120 yards with a 4.4 average, along with 21. They were controlling the game with Chase Brown, and then Mike Gesicki was also 5 receptions for 100 yards, along with 47. He was their tight end, just controlling, just making plays in the middle of the field.
And the 2 TDs, I mean. And I'll admit, Homer had it dead on with Chase Brown and Mike Gesicki. Those are the 2 guys who beat us, plain and simple.
Yeah, and we have a player in Brock Bowers that can do that, but maybe, and I'm sprinkling hope. I'm not sprinkling sugar on, I'm sprinkling hope. Maybe with a new offensive coordinator, play calling philosophy, whatever you want to call it, they start going to our weapons, to the Myers and the Bowers and the Tuckers okay? Because when you have Home Alone throwing 5 touchdowns, and I know I'm going from offense to defense, when you have Home Alone treating us like Marvin and
it says right there though. When it comes down to this, it's those 5 TDs that he threw.
He actually threw 6, though. One to Jack Jones.
6. Yes, the Jack Jones. But on offense, the 5 TDs that were scored, that's what killed us.
With with Joe Burrow, 27 for 27.
Sorry.
27 completions to 39 attempts, 251 yards, 5 to Joe Malone. I like Burrowhead better than Joe Malone. Okay, 251 yards, 5 touchdowns with the 1 interception that was also a touchdown our way. Thank you, Macaulay Culkin. Because even I forgot their names. It was Marvin, the Sticky Bandits from Home Alone. Even they got Macaulay Culkin at the end. He ended up winning, but I know my sister would tell me. I know Alicia would know. But 69.2 completion percentage, 6.4 average passing yards per pass. The 1 sack for 8 yards, 115.5 passer rating with an 85.5 quarterback rating. And I knew she would have it right here. He treated us like Marvin Harry. I knew I was missing. With Marvin Harry, the sticky band is trying to go into his home because they were in Cincinnati and trying to take over. He had the booby trap, got us over there, 5 touchdowns on us. It was not a pretty picture, especially after how we went down the field, scored a touchdown. They mashed us with a touchdown. We got the ball back, and we couldn't do nothing until the end of the game when we threw in Ritter to play in garbage time. So Macaulay Culkin got us for 5 touchdowns, but he did give us a pick 6. And speaking of Bowers, our one bright spot, if we're looking for bright spots on this team, our one bright spot, Brock Bowers making history. He has 57 receptions, which is second overall to Wilson with the Jets. It's second overall by 3 receptions. Wilson with the Jets has 60. 73 targets, 73 targets, which is first among tight ends, 580 yards, which is first among tight ends, 300 yards, yak yards, which is first among tight ends, and first down receptions, 28, which is also first among tight ends. So with that 13th pick that we got this offseason in the draft, it's paying out, Asylum. But everyone's still mad that we should have got a quarterback. You know, you can't make anybody happy. Paint cans to the face or the nail to the foot. Well, we got paint cans to the face. We got the big pipe to the face. And we did get the nail to the foot. We got burnt. We got, because he kept going over the top. So that means we got the beanie burned off our head with the torch, with the blowtorch. Okay. We got 2 fumbles. So our hand must have got burned on the doorbell. Okay, so, Home Alone, he took care of us in that game. Macaulay Culkin treating us like Marvin Harry. We were the sticky bandits.
We got the pick 6.
We got Marvin Harry, you know, they would steal from one house, so we did get one house. We stole and took it to the house. But at the end of the whole thing, in Macaulay Culkin's home, that was their first win in home, was against us. So with us going to their home, Macaulay Culkin had the house trapped. And as you can tell, because we had 5 ankle injuries on that turf. Okay, so that was...
Were they all ankles?
That was the big story, was 5 ankles, 5 ankle injuries. I don't know if they're all ankles, but we lost 3 offensive linemen. 4 offensive linemen, and then Nate Hobbs, but he got rolled over. But 5 ankle injuries. That means that is the micro machines or the Hot Wheels on the floor. You come in, and you slipped on, or
nobody's version of shit.
Yeah, or you have the ice. You have the ice steps going into the basement. Remember that scene? Yeah. Okay. Or you have the grease steps with the with the nail that my sister has mentioned, the nail to the foot. It
wasn't grease, it was tar.
Oh, the tar, sorry. The tar. So, yeah. Home Alone.
And the broken ornaments, yeah.
The broken ornaments, because we had injuries in this game. Lower extremities. So, he took care of us. But, Asylum, there were some I guess some bright spots in the game. Are you ready for insane plays?
You got that, or do I need to do it?
You get your intro. I'll get the screen up.
Hold on, I can't. Where's my intro?
Oh wait, it's right here. It's up. Let me move it down. I'm moving down.
Now I'm moving up and shit.
Okay, it's right underneath Marv. No, Turner. Okay, here we go.
Asylum's insane playmakers.
And here you go. There you go. And then we play this
interception we've been talking a lot about, which, you know what, reminds me a lot of last year's Chargers game right there. Jack Jones finally got off his fucking high horse, whatever you want to call it, and was able to play like we know he could do. Jack Jones has been a steal in waiver wire.
Yeah.
No, in the waiver wire, we got him.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
We got him off going, and this is what we expected. No business decisions, nothing else going on. This was just Jack Jones being Jack Jones, and this is what the third time for the team. Once with the fucking Chargers, wasn't quite this, but he baited Patrick Mahomes and got a pick six. And now he got this one, which is a reminiscence of the Chargers game. Jack Jones was the highlight of the defense. It really was. The way the defense played, couldn't beat Jack Jones in that shit. Now what do we have next?
Explain. All right, here we go.
Now, Brock Bowers, since game fucking 1, has been the talk of the NFL. Everyone talking about, we wasted a pick. We should have got a quarterback. We should have done this. Now, what was the record? It is second in receptions in all NFL. That's amongst wide receivers, tight ends, running backs. He is second overall. He has now, I believe, in his 6 games straight with 5 receptions total. He had 5 targets, 5 receptions. Oh, by the way, finally got his second touchdown of the season. It should be a whole lot more. But Brock Bowers is showing that he is a generational player in the steal first round. I'm not going to say steal of the draft, but he definitely was a steal of the first fucking round.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll see a lot more of this, too.
Oh, I hope we do. Now that we got a new offensive coordinator, Brock Bowers won't disappear. I expect him to continue growing.
Yes.
Even though there's Jaden Daniels and everything else, but he's in competition for Rookie of the fucking Year. On offense.
Hold on.
What?
Before Homer says, we drafted a security blanket for our next QB, Shedeur Sanders.
All right, you know what? We went through this. Fuck Shedeur Sanders. But you know what? If we didn't do this, Shedeur Sanders wouldn't be shit on the team. Yes, I agree he's a security blanket. But you know what? I've heard a lot of people talk shit about picking him at 13. And right now, all he's doing is proving the naysayers wrong. This is a generational player. He is on pace to be better than Gronkowski, Aaron Rodgers, Antonio Gates, fucking
Aaron Rodgers. You mean Aaron Hernandez?
I'm sorry, Aaron Hernandez, and oh goddamn it, who's KC's?
His name is Taylor Swift.
No.
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Tony Gonzalez. He's playing better this year than Travis Swift. Plain and simple.
Taylor Swift.
Plain and simple. Everyone who was knocking about Telesco, his first 3 picks, starting with this man right here. I'll give you that, Homer. I'm sorry, not Homer. I'll give you that one, Jeff. It is happening. But you know what? When it comes down to it, he is the best tight end in the NFL this year. No doubt about it. And I cannot not Telesco or this pick right here. When it comes down, he is in contention for Rookie of the Year. And if he keeps playing this way, hopefully he wins it hands down.
I wish I came up with that. But I didn't. I wish I did.
No. I'll give you that one. Jeff, no, it's not too soon. And, yeah, you beat me to the punch. I wish I would have thought of that, too. I feel a little let down. I'm sorry, Raider Nation. I let you down on that one. But thankfully, We had a Raiders fan to bring it in, and a round of applause for Jeff on that one.
Well, yeah, he lives out there, so not too soon for us, but maybe too soon for the New England people out there. So they're probably like cancel culture.
Minority don't mean we're New England fans.
All right, but speaking of,
Brady did say it was a fumble.
Yes, speaking of drafted rookies, here's the next one right here.
And again, Gillespie's pick right here, his second round pick, which what did we struggle with? You know, for years to come, the top 2 or 3 draft picks, and here we got JPJ, our second round draft pick, probably the steal of the draft right here, getting moved to his natural position and just doing his job. Power fucking blocking right there. That should have been a touchdown. We all know it should have been. It was not short. But JP, yeah, look at that right there, flexing. He deserved that flex because halfway through last week's game, he got put as the center where he needed to be. And he's outplaying in a game and a half. He outplayed Andre James for 7.5 games. Outplayed him in 1.5 weeks.
Yep.
So that's why he made a side of insane playmakers, because we found our center of the future, and it's JPJ. Plain and simple. Right fucking there.
Here's the outro.
Silence, insane playmakers.
All right. And silence, insane playmakers. Now, speaking of JPJ being the starting center, he's also showing flashes of being a leader, especially in the locker room. Here's what he had to say at the end of the Bengals game. That's a Redskin phrase, though. I got it. I'm sorry, I was looking at Homer's comment. Here is what JPJ said.
I'm ready too.
Here's what JPJ said at the end of the game. And speaking of, when you said earlier with Jack Jones' business decisions, here's JPJ at the end of the game.
This is character, you know. We could sit down and quit. We can just put our tail between our legs and walk out. We can go fight and try and go score. I know there's going to be a lot of people calling for people's heads, but what you see there of us trying to go fight and go score and not giving up, that's what I'm going to take out of that game. You know, we're going to look back, look at the film, and try and get better. We fought. We didn't give up. So I'm positive about that. And I think that stems from AP. We don't give up. We don't give up, and that's what I'm going to take into this bye week, and I think we're going to roll with that too. And so with defense. Defense does a goal line stand there against a great team and a great quarterback. They could just stop. They could just let them go in and be done. But no business decisions were made. We fought hard, and I'm going to take that in the bye week, and I think we're going to take that in the bye week and go. So.
Thanks, Jake. Sorry. I'm going to ask this, but you guys are scoring now, like your first drive, 4 of the last 5 games, and things kind of go south from there. Anything feel differently, or are you anything to put your finger on as far as why you're doing so well?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm a young guy with not a lot of answers, so I'm going to go look and see what happens and get back to you. But I don't know.
He's a young guy, doing all the answers.
Right there, those answers, I mean, what more do you want? In a devastating loss, you couldn't ask for more of a positive interview than that right there. And I hate to say it, and I give all the credit to Crosby. And I know where he's coming from with his comments, but JPJ was born to be a fucking Raider, and I hope him and Crosby both retire as a Raider.
And when Incognito comes in next year to be offensive line coach, it's on and it's over. For anybody who has to face him.
Fuck yeah, I love that fucking thought right there. Incognito as a fucking offensive line coach, that's going to do nothing but help JPJ and DJ Glaze.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that would be great to have him in there, incognito, to be offensive line coach, because he can teach these players how to really fight within the trenches. So with our new segment that we came out with last week, let's look at the first drive of JPJ in the trenches. Can you get my intro for me, please?
One thing you got to understand is the only way to play this game is you got to get down in the dirt and get nasty. Let's go.
All right, and my favorite music right here. So I love it. I love it. We're going to, because, the X screen, until we win a game, we're not going to put X screen out there and risk our show if the Raiders are not going to go put out there a good product for us to risk our show on. So anyways, here we go. JPJ, I don't have the downs and distance on this one, because we're just looking at JPJ in the middle, and you'll see everything as we go along. Here we go. Offensive line class is in session. Here we go. This is the first play. There you go. JPJ is highlighted right there. Now, as you can see in this play, he will be going after this guy right here, shaded to his right-hand side. And then after that, he'll see that this guy will be coming into the hole. So he'll be bouncing out and then going over there to block the other guy, shaded to his left side. But now this is a rookie center. So this guy that I highlighted, you'll see him. He'll be coming down the line. He ended up going through that hole where JPJ should have been there to cut him off on his pursuit to the play. So right there, you see JPJ is looking at the other defensive tackle to his who was being held by the guard, and 94 comes in free. So that comes with experience. He should have got him right there, but that comes with experience and more playing time, which hopefully he takes that job, because this guy right here, because he went to go engage him, because this guy right here, 94, was free to the quarterback, and this was the result of rush throw that became incomplete. There it goes. So that right there will come with experience, where he has to be able to see everything. So in this play right here, this is the next play. There we go, highlighting right there. That's JPJ. In this play, all right then, Rick. Be safe out there. He's a driver, so I understand the game. So this right here, Minshew's going to roll out to his right, to the offensive right, and the offensive linemen are going to go the opposite way. That is that zone blocking, right there. So JPJ will take that guy and ride him out to the sunset. So here we go on this play. And Homer, I don't have a live teller. I got to do the telestrator and then remember what I said. So there he goes. He takes him out to the other play, but that's another incomplete pass. So, but we're just looking at JPJ up the middle in the center. So right here, we highlight JPJ. And on this one, he is going to, I forget how long my pauses are in this video. He's going to go and kind of watch out for that guy right there. So it's a passing play. So we're just going to basically form the pocket from the front. He doesn't really have to do much, but open pocket, clean pocket from the front. Because before, you seen that James would get bull rush up the middle. So right there, JPJ kind of looking around. That's what you're supposed to do as offensive lineman. Just look for the threat when you're coming in the zone blocking scheme. So right here, Minshew's going to go roll out that way as the offensive line is going to go the opposite way. I'm looking at it backwards. So the offensive line is going to roll to the right as Minshew goes to the left. He's going to take care of that guy, and he's going to ride him out the opposite way where Minshew was going. All right, here we go. Thank you, Homer. I appreciate it. Actually, no, yeah, there you go. Fake handoff. So that's play action. Throw to Bowers. So here we go. JPJ in the middle. Like Homer said, this ain't easy because I'm not doing it live. I had to go and draw first and then do the shoulder play. So right here, he's basically going to form that pocket again on whoever comes his way. He'll go and block. So he ends up engaging with that guy to his left shoulder. That tackle that's in the A gap. And then bounce out to 50. Okay, this is the run play. So right here, oh, that's a pass play. I'm getting mixed up with plays right now. So this ain't easy, Kay.
Hey, it was a hell of a pass play to Myers. Plain and
Yes.
simple. Pocket was good. That's what we're looking for. Clean pocket, giving the quarterback time to throw.
Okay, this is a run play. So this is where we're trying to go. And see, yeah, I understand. Homer knows. So JPJ, this is where he's showing maturity and bringing the offensive lineman grit in. He's gonna hit the D tackle and then go to the next level. When once that first level is taken care of, you go to the next level and block him out. So he comes, but knock him out, and then he goes in the way of the linebacker, which gives the running back an extra 2 yards in that one. So that was the good play right there by JPJ. A play he missed last week, but this week, like I said, it takes learning and recognition. So here we go in this play. This is a running play, so the running back is going to try to go up that's the one gap, so it's the left side of the offensive line. And JPJ hits the guy that's right there to his right shoulder. And he's going to ride him out to the back, to the pocket. So he's going to ride him out of the play. Get out of here, bro. You're drunk. So, which opens the hole. We gain another couple yards right there. I did, Homer. I did find a different illustrator that works on my iPad. So JPJ right there. You see him. He's going to go and take the first guy in front of him, which is the D tackle in the defensive A gap, which is the offensive one hole, because that's the left side for the offense. He's going to take him out and ride him out the way, which helps open up that hole. That was a double team with the guard. So now we're in the red zone. I believe we're starting to. This was a running play.
It looks like
I believe this is a running play.
There.
Yeah. So this is a running play. He's going to hit that guy. He's going to hit the nose guard that's basically lined up on him. And then he's going to go to the next level. So here we go. He wrote him out the picture.
Hey, look, he touched 3 guys right there. 3 guys right there.
And that's the center job is not easy. You got to snap the ball and then go after the guy in front of you. So you got to basically set and reset and hit. On this one, he takes the guard, the defensive lineman that to shaded to in the A gap. They double team. They push him out the way. The one thing that he has to make sure is that he stays upright, because he does fall a lot, and that can get him injured with all these bodies, especially with all these bodies piled up on him. That's a good way to get injured. So that's the one thing he has to keep on his feet, keep driving his feet, and maybe with the new offense, they won't have so many clusters up in the middle where he's going to be tripping over a guy's feet and then being susceptible to injury. So right here on the running play, look what he does. He drives at that guy, and that's where he flexes right there. Now, this is the play where they said that he had a knee down, so they had to redo it again. And this is where Zamir White gets his touchdown. So there you go. There is JPJ right there. He's going to get this guy right here. This tackle right here, that's the first guy, the first guy that shows threat for him. And then Zamir White's going to get his first touchdown. So this is an easy block for him. They ride him out. Zamir White finds a different hole to go through because that's a zone blocking scheme. But you see that JPJ is not getting bullied off the line. Say that again?
That costs extra for a different hole.
Yeah, Cotton. You got to pay extra for that, Cotton. So, right there, you see JPJ. He's a rookie, and it's the first drive where they scored their touchdown, a running touchdown. You see that he's not getting blown off the line like Andre James was. He's not getting manhandled. Of course, he's got to learn how to pick up other defenders, like on that first play where that defensive lineman was basically going across the line and then finding an opening because he crossed over. JPJ was focusing on the other tackle, on the other D tackle that was already taken care of by the guard, and didn't see that defensive lineman coming in. That play was called the shocker. That coming in. So JPJ is learning. Have him be a starter, because you see that he made the mistake last week. He took care of it this week. So he's a fast learner. Center is his natural position from college. Get him in there, and he's seen the leadership skills and how he responded to that question in the locker room. This guy can be the next disregard the mental issues, but he could be the next Barrett Robbins. He could be the next Dave Dalby. He could be the next Mose Bard. He could be the next Jim Otto. So I like the pick.
Not at all.
Yes, number 2 overall. I like it. So thank you very much. So that is right there in the trenches, or down in the trenches. Let me play my intro out.
One thing you got to understand is the only way to play this game is you got to get down in the dirt and get nasty. Let's go.
It's funny you bring up Mose Bar and he was in your intro.
I know. See how everything in this show is not scripted, but we know how to run our playbook. So that is down in the trenches. Only way to play this game, like Art Shell said, Hall of Fame, NFL, Raider, offensive lineman, left tackle, is got to play down in the dirt and get nasty. Also, head coach.
He was also a key part of the Highway 63.
Yes. All we did in Super Bowl 11 was run up that way.
Run up to the left side on Highway 63. And even though it says Highway 63, he was a big part of that Highway 63.
It was a Highway 63, but we were riding in a 78. Oh, because he wore 78. All right. You can play me. I could be offensive coordinator if we're basing it on Getsy. So I want a paycheck now, okay?
Hey,
all right.
Getsy or the bed and breakfast fucking offense?
Getsy or Tom Walsh. Speaking of Art Shell's offensive coordinator, I mean, doesn't it feel like 2006? Only we're going backwards because Art Shell took over for Norv Turner. Don't get fired. Art Shell took over for Art Shell took over for Norv Turner in 2006. Now Norv Turner's coming in with a horrible offense mid-season. It's not Tom Walsh, it was Getsy. But hey, everything comes all tied together in the world that is, I don't know, Raider Nation, whatever.
As Raider Nation turns.
As the nation turns, okay. So, how do you spell backwards? Backwards. I thought I was going to say Shedeur Sanders. Okay. Shedeur Sanders. So that
Deion
is
Sanders. That's how you spell backwards. Deion Sanders.
Taco Cat is Taco Cat backwards. So the Raiderverse. There you go. The Raiderverse. That's what it is. Everything's all tied together. The way we operate. Norv Turner coming back to be the offensive guru, to come and help us out with his son, Scott Turner.
No. Norv Turner's not the offensive guru. Scott Turner might be the offensive guru. Norv Turner is the offensive specialist.
Offensive specialist. But you know what? You have a good offensive line coach, which is now Joe Philbin. So maybe we'll start getting...
I think we might see a difference in that offensive line now that Joe Philbin is the offensive line coach. I'm not saying, against the Dolphins.
You froze.
I do expect to see maybe some improvement. And you know what, Homer? Fuck you on that comment. I better fucking win this game.
I am now calling Homer. He is the Randy Quaid of. He is the guy in the stands.
I don't know if my hat will do it. This is the closest I can get
to a rally hat.
There we go.
You know what, Homer? We are going to Turner this season around, all right? Ha 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 ha. Homer is Randy Quaid in Major League 2. He's out there in the stands. Wild Thing, you make my butt sting. You're horrible. You suck. You're gonna lose in the third quarter anyways.
And look, but how did that turn out? He ended up loving Wild Thing. So
Yeah, but there's also
what I see it is Aiden O'Connell comes back, ends up balling out, and Homer changes his tune about fucking Shador Sanders.
I knew they would win.
Here.
No, but the foil cap. She thought you were gonna go foil cap.
I can put that on real quick. Do we need it?
No, we got no controversy yet. So not yet though.
No,
but
we do. The controversy is fucking drafting Shador Sanders.
But it's not. We don't know what's going on. Yeah, you look like the Tin Man, okay? You going to the Yellow Brick Road over there. This ain't Kansas anymore, Asylum, okay?
Hold on. Yes, it is. Hold on. It is Kansas.
So, okay.
Yeah, I love that one though. I really did. That was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, but watch there be a fight on the sideline and Homer be running down the I'll show you how to fight. You guys can't fight. You look like a demented Hershey Kiss, okay? That I don't know if that's a compliment or a put down, but everyone loves Hershey Kisses, so
and Homer, I agree. Oh no, there you go.
Sorry.
Fuck the Chiefs, and I got $50 that we beat the Chiefs on Black Friday.
Yes.
And I have that out on Captain's Show. So it ain't even one of those, oh, I can hide this shit. I have it out in public. We are beating the Chiefs on Black Friday, just like we did on Christmas Day.
Yes, and remember, coming out in 2 weeks.
A demented
new super fan character unlocked. Hershey Kiss. And remember, in 2 weeks, new movie, the replacements, the Expendables,
Ford,
the Raider Expendables with Antonio Pierce, Tom Coughlin, Marv Lewis, Patrick Graham, Joe Philbin.
Hold on, Homer. I got a green screen. It's already up. That's why my background is what it is.
He just needs more light.
You're fucking late to the fucking show right there. I got the green screen. Leave my green screen alone.
Come in the theaters.
I can verify that for you, Asylum. I love that. Thank you. I'm not alone in this shit. He verifies that I got the bet and I'm going to win me $100 because not only did I say that we're going to beat them on Black Friday, but that the Chiefs are not going undefeated for the fucking season. That's an easy $100 as far as I'm concerned, right fucking there.
From the makers of Home Alone comes The Expendables, coming next Sunday on November 17th. I know, Lee, so many people, so many head coaches, so little.
If you want to buy the fucking lights, go ahead and send them to me. Oh, weren't you supposed to send me a green screen? I already did that. So you know what? Apparently we can't count on Homer for shit.
Homer brought us viewers on the debate show, O'Connell versus Minshew. But
I enjoyed that.
We will put together. I would love to put together another debate show with you and Homer debating on what would it be? Quarterbacks or the draft coming? Like what would it be?
Apparently, it's going to be who we drafted the first round because it ain't going to be fucking Shador Sanders.
So we would. Who was David Ruffin? Ken is David Ruffin. Sorry, Asylum. Sorry. I used your government name. I'm sorry. Okay, that's get that out. So I guess the next debate is going to be
Jeff right here, New England Raider boosters. I'd rather have Ward than Shador fucking Sanders. 1,000% right there.
on the dawn of a new on a new political world, we might set up another debate coming up soon. Ward versus Sanders. Ward versus Sanders coming up soon. Who should we take if we do get that pick?
Sanders is? And Sanders is perfect? Come on.
That's no extra baggage named Dion.
Thank you, Jeff. Right there. We don't need daddy issues, and that's what comes with fucking Shedeur. Is fucking daddy issues, like the little bitch that he is.
We are ready. Anna says, "Ooh, debate. How about okay? Let's just settle down, and instead of having Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, how about we just compromise with a trade for Derek Carr? Hi, there we go.
Hold on.
He
I'm
knows.
gonna go like this. Who has Tom? And Tom who? If you're talking about Tom Brady with Shedeur, Cam Ward would have the same fucking Tom as Shedeur. So you can't use that as an excuse whatsoever. You know what? Your daddy's calling you, and his name is Deion Sanders. You can keep calling him daddy. Hey, I'll leave it at that. I was about to take it further, but I won't leave it at that.
It was a joke, okay? Please, we hit 220 subscribers. Please do not go backwards. And this is all satire. I was just joking on Carr, but Dennis Allen's available. Just saying. Anyway, no, that's a joke. 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 Okay, I'll X myself. Okay, there you go. Okay, it was a joke. All right, Asylum. So let's okay. Last question, because it all ties in together with the it all ties in together with the firing of Getsy. What's going to happen next year? Are we tanking? Are we trying this and that? Whatever. Old folks home or whatever. I have a question, and then I have a follow-up that goes to that question. So, one, is AP on the hot seat? 9 games in, 2-7. Is AP on the hot seat? Don't hold on. Is AP? I don't even say anything, but just is AP on the hot seat for the next 8 games for him to keep his head coaching job with the Raiders? And because people want to talk about, we keep hiring old coaches, but with the Tom Brady connection, people are tying Bill Belichick, who don't have a job right now, and he's like 70, I think he's 74. Bill Belichick tied to the Raiders. Would that make sense? Being that, because he's the greatest coach in NFL history, was it not 8 appearances, 6 rings? 8 appearances? No, it's 9 appearances, 6 rings. 9 appearances, 6 rings, right?
9.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 9 appearances, 6 rings.
Lost to the Giants twice and lost to the Eagles after. So, is AP's job? Is he on the hot seat? And do we consider a Bill Belichick trying to go back to that Patriot way again because Tom Brady is in the building? Even though we're over hiring old coaches and everyone wants to go and talk about people's ages. So what do you think about that?
Okay. I'm going to go to Anna. I'm going to go to a lifeline right here. And Anna has my answer for you. Right here. No, and a huge fuck you on that bullshit. Okay. AP, you got to give him this year and into next year before you give any kind of, is he the right guy or not? He's got to learn what he does not know before we go forward. Bill Belichick? No, we're not bringing Bill Belichick fucking in. It ain't fucking happening. Plain and simple. Bill Belichick, I feel, is going to the Jets, where he coached before the goddamn New England Patriots, Bill Belichick will go to the Jets before he comes to the Raiders.
Didn't he coach the Jets for like 8 minutes and then resign to go to the Patriots?
No, he didn't resign. He got traded.
No, I thought he said yes to the Jets and then decided to leave and went to the Patriots.
No, he got traded.
He got traded?
He got traded to the Patriots.
I thought that was
not the first coach to get traded. Bill Belichick was traded before fucking Gruden. He got traded to the Patriots.
I don't want Bill Belichick. Well, okay, how about a follow-up question?
And Homer, again, you just graduated from fucking the weed to crack. This statement right fucking here, bringing the hoodie, and then you want to go to this right fucking here and bring in Shador? Put the crack pipe down. No,
I told you he quit on the Jets.
No, he look it up. He didn't quit on. He may have quitted, but he got traded from the Jets.
Because that was the whole feud. I don't want to say feud, but that's where Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells weren't talking for a while because Bill Parcells was the head coach of the Jets, and he thought Bill Belichick was going to take over for him when he retires. And then they ended up saying, "Yeah, I'm going to go to the Patriots."
No, I believe. No, I don't think he. Next show, we'll have this down for a fact. I believe he got traded to the goddamn Patriots. He did not fucking quit and go to the Patriots.
That will be for another time. Okay.
So, the answer, like I said, I don't remember the third part of that question, but I'm going with Anna. No, and hell the fuck no.
If Gruden wins his case or whatever it is and he's able to coach, does Mark Davis go for Gruden part 3? Chucky's play? Child's play part 3? Chucky's revenge? Did you hear me?
Bill Belichick was traded to the fucking Patriots. I just looked it up.
Well,
trade multiple draft picks to the New York Jets in order to hire Bill Belichick as his franchise coach in 2000.
Well, fine, Kay.
He was traded to the Patriots from the Jets in 2000. So therefore, I am not wrong. I stand by my fucking stance in what I said. No, and hell the fuck no.
Well, if Gruden is available, do you think Mark Davis tries that again? 3.0, Child's Play 3, check his revenge.
I know Homer's saying this, and we know Lorenzo Lerma has had texts with Gruden and is hinting towards the fact of Gruden coming back to the Raiders, whether it be head coach, offensive coordinator, or whatever it is. And I think Gruden, maybe as an offensive coordinator, he'll be back in the NFL. But as a head coach, Gruden is done in the NFL.
I'm gonna go with Anna because she asked Alexa. There's no, hey, Asylum, can you please tell me, okay, until that machine is out. Okay, see, there you go. But see, he did quit on the Jets, though. He didn't want to be there anymore, okay? Partaloo agreed, and the Patriots gave the Jets a first-round draft pick in 2000 in exchange for the right to hire Bill Belichick.
Not hire. They traded for Belichick. I'm telling you, I'm not wrong on this statement.
I know, but what I'm saying is he did not want to be there. So I guess that was like okay, well then fine. We'll give you because you're under contract. Then if that's the case, then that's probably where the trade came from.
Alexa may be greater than me, but you know what? And I can still agree with me, Homer. It was a trade. They traded for Belichick a first-round pick, which I said happened. So, you know what? Fuck you, Homer. Fucking Alexa. Fuck all that shit. I was fucking right. You all can fucking kiss my ass.
That's what I'm saying. What Jeff is saying, Kay. That he didn't want to be there, so the Jets found a way to get compensation because he was under contract. So, okay, then he went there on the trade, but it wasn't.
He was under contract, right?
Yeah, but no, but see, he didn't coach.
It was a trade.
But he didn't coach
the Jets, and the New England Patriots had to give compensation in order to get Bill Belichick.
I wish this was around the horn where I could mute you. Okay, okay. He didn't coach it down with the Jets. Once he signed his contract, the next day he said, "Never mind, I don't want to be here anymore. Take me home, please."
But no, hold on. But he didn't pull a fucking Josh McDaniels, who agreed to a contract, didn't sign it, and went to another team. He signed the contract, and the Jets had to give up compensation in order to get Bill Belichick. The fact that there was a first-round pick given up to the Jets to get Bill Belichick, that is considered a trade. Contract
Yes.
No.
But
no buts about
no. Look it. But it was based on because he didn't want to coach there anymore.
It doesn't matter.
So
there was a pick given up. Okay.
Why are you turning red?
Cliff Kingsbury backed out of a situation. Josh McDaniels backed out of a situation. Right? But no trades were given on that. The fact that they had to give up a pick makes it a trade because he signed said contract. The fact that the pick was given up makes it a trade. Plain and simple. You can't resign and have to give up a trade. Plain and simple. The fact that a pick was given up makes it a full-fledged trade. We have two different situations with Cliff Kingsbury, with fucking Josh McDaniels as a head coach, who said, "I will take the job," and days later backed out of said statement. That happened, then you could go along with what you said. But the fact that a pick was given up, that is a trade, and Bill Belichick was traded from the Jets to the Patriots.
You know who you remind me of? You remember in the movie Back to School when Ronnie Dangerfield was in their history class and Sam Kinison was teaching it, and he got into the face of Ronnie Dangerfield. Do you think? And then they yelled back and forth, and he goes, "You know what? I like you. I'll be watching you." Yeah. That's what you can't calm your Sam Kinison self down, right? Ow. Okay, so
hold on. In history, it's gonna go down as a trade, not a fucking anything else.
Say it.
Trade. I am fucking right on this. I am gonna fucking let it go.
We only say one thing here, and that's Team Ramrod.
Team Ramrod. That's right. Team Ramrod.
All right. Well, let's. You see what happens, okay? The way this Raider team.
Comments here. Hold on.
I hate to see this guy type all capitals. Okay. Look. You see what happens when I feel like this is Jerry Springer's final thought. Okay, guys. This is what happens when the Raiders go into a bye week, late or middle of the season, and they lose. It makes other Raider fans very angry when they start turning on each other. Some fans want to tank, and some fans are saying, let's just see if we still got some life left for next year. But we're all thinking about the same thing is next year. So let's just make sure that as Raider fans, don't interrupt the final thought. This is Jerry Springer's final thought, okay? Okay, and Jerry Springer, okay, the hookers and the whores and the mama's boys, they all stay quiet for the final thought, and then they start fighting each other again, all right? So, let us all, I forgot what he said, let's all, love our families.
That was somebody else, sorry.
Spade and neuter your pets, and,
oh, hold on.
True cage match. All right, well, we got
WCF WrestleMania here, true cage match.
You know, okay, you're really bringing that old Oakland spirit. Okay, we're in Vegas now, right? We need to relax. Okay, there you go. Take care of yourself and each other. All right, that is the end of Jerry Springer's show. Belichick was.
Go ahead.
And be good.
We'll move on now.
All right. Well, since it is a bye week, we won't have our show on Friday, so we're gonna take our bye, unless something big happens or whatever, which I doubt. Hopefully, I don't know with the way this Raider team has been the last 2 years. You never know. You never know. You never know.
No, we never know. You never know. But as of right now, we do not plan on having a Friday show.
Yeah, so we will come back next Wednesday, and we will have Miss Peggy for that one for sure. So that's a Miss Peggy Wednesday. So come back on next Wednesday, and she'll talk about
that show.
Yes,
next Wednesday show will be fucking interesting. Show up, because I'm sure she's going to fucking have a lot to say. And you think I went off? She might go off for some.
I was going to post this earlier. So yeah, Anna had said earlier that Ruggs is now in transitional housing in the hood. We call that halfway house. They're in the Vegas Valley. So
and
do you see Ruggs?
I turn around and ask, is this possibly a future of him coming back into the NFL? Yes.
We never know.
I agree.
We never know.
I agree with you. They're Raiders boosters. She might go off worse than I just did.
And if Ruggs does come back, does he join the cast of what do they call it? I almost said The Incredibles. I know I don't even know anymore. Okay, The Expendables. Okay, are you the replacements or The Incredibles? Okay, Disney, whatever. Where is my super suit? Basically, is what I'm trying to say, right? So with that said, we want to thank everybody. He's at the Puppet's house. Yeah, that's a wrong place to be, because that's where all the liquor's at. We've seen Puppet's videos, and I already know after 5 straight losses, Puppet's probably in AA right now. So no, at least not Riggs. Not Riggs. He should never be allowed to play in the NFL again. And for what he did,
you know what? He served his time. I'll say this on this situation. He served his time without fighting, without anything else. He know he did wrong. He made a mistake. We've let Michael Vick's back in the NFL. We let God damn, was the Baltimore player.
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice, thank you. Ray Rice lost his career to it because of things going. I think if he's proven himself as learning his lesson, he should be able to come back. We've let other players in there going. He served his time. If he's learned the lesson, give the man a chance. He made a mistake, and as long as he learned from it, he should be able to move forward from that and be able to restart his career. And I'll leave it at that.
I don't know if I can I don't know, because you're an NFL player, you were speeding under the influence.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
So why is Josh Jacobs still playing? He drove drunk too. Granted, it was a single car accident, but he still made a mistake. Ray Rice made a mistake. We can start bringing up a lot of players who have made mistakes. My thing is, did he learn from it? He turned himself in. He did not hide from what he did, and he turned around and pled guilty and turned around and did everything he needed to do. If we cannot learn from our mistakes, what's the point of doing this? That means everybody who's ever made a mistake, Michael Vick should never have come back. Ray Rice should never have had a chance at anything. It comes down to the thing. Yes, he made a devastating, and I'm going to say it like this, a devastating mistake.
Yeah, but
okay, Rashid Rice should not be allowed to come back into the NFL then, because not only did he cause an accident, he ran from it. Oh, by the way, who was the Chiefs coach that fucking killed children? I believe it was Andy Reid's son who killed a child.
Didn't he commit suicide?
Did he? I don't know about that.
But see, Rashid Rice. Rashid Rice. No one died. Michael Vick, yeah, the dogs, whatever. That was also a questionable thing, but this one was drunk driving, reckless driving.
But yet again, we got Josh Jacobs who was drunk driving.
But
out of the airport. He could have killed somebody.
But he did kill somebody. Ruggs did, and NFL, playing in the NFL is a privilege. Now we're not saying that you didn't learn. I mean, you learn, but you still got to stay in jail. Okay, right now it's not about going back to the NFL. It's about just trying to come back into the community and being a model citizen from there on. He can go and do NFL seminars with rookies coming in and talk about, this was my mistake. I lost my career for it. This is what happened. But if him coming into the NFL will not go well.
My point is, if you do your time, then you should, there are situations. People who do their time, people could change. Did he learn a lesson? I'm goddamn sure he learned a lesson. This guy was crying on the fucking curb. He could have ran. But instead, he was crying on the curb. People make mistakes. He did his time. He did. Hold on, but he did his time. He did his time. We have players who have done. I'm not going to say worse because killing somebody is the worst you can do. Hold on. No, I'm going to finish here. I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to pull in Angela here. I'm going to interrupt you. We've had players who have done worse. We had players accused of rape. Ben Roethlisberger still played in the NFL. We've had people who did shit. He did his time, unlike other players. Why can't he learn from his experience and still have a chance? I'm not saying he deserves it, but get a chance to prove that he could still do what he wanted to do.
You said he could have ran or whatever. He also could have called somebody to give him a ride that night.
No, he
NFL is a privileged. To play in the NFL is a privilege, and that's you're young and whatever, you did your time or whatever, but somebody lost their daughter, somebody lost, a significant other or whatever it was. And
bad thing. Yes, it is.
I know, but him coming back to the NFL after what that, you could have been sorry. Oops, my bad. I didn't mean to do that, whatever. But we all got to be accountable for all of our actions, whether it's on purpose or not.
He was held accountable and went to jail for it. He did not plead not guilty and go. He pled guilty. He knew he was wrong. He knew he was wrong. He did his fucking time. So you're going to tell me that people can't change?
That's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. And I'm trying to give my point. That's not the point, okay? The point is people can change, and him, it was a mistake. Not saying he was a bad person. That's not like I killed somebody intentionally and I was act of passion or whatever.
Take his career because he made a mistake.
Yeah, but that playing in the NFL is a privilege. You took someone's life, so he's not going to get the death penalty, but we're not going to give you your career because you served your time or whatever. And that happened in 2021. That happened in 2021. It's only 2024. 3 years. That's not going to fly. That's not going to fly. So the lesson here is, yeah, okay, it was a mistake. You messed up, but someone still cost their life. I mean, it's still your mistake costed somebody's life. So I don't see.
I'm going to say this. I'll say this. I'm not trying to take anything away from Tina. Her death was a sad situation. Okay? It fucking was. But, I mean, it's one of those things that it sucks. I feel for her. I feel for her family. But don't tell me half the fucking United States out there hasn't made a mistake, driven drunk, them goddamn selves, driven when they shouldn't have, and got fucking lucky. He sped. He did fucking, I mean, he made a mistake, plain and simple. But he paid the fucking price for it. So you're telling me because I made a mistake and I paid the price, I don't deserve anything in this country? I don't deserve anything in the, as far as the job?
That's not what I said. You can get a job, but in the NFL, that's a privilege. And
the NFL's proven with Michael Vick and other players.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, what about Ray Caruth? He killed his wife, or his wife was pregnant.
That was not a mistake. That was intentional. That was intentional. Hey, and the fact that he was found in the trunk of his car trying to flee the country, that was intentional. A manslaughter versus murder charge is different. But we're not trying to make this go any longer. I've said my piece. No, I've said my piece. I know a majority of people are going to disagree with me on this. And it is what it is. Again, to Tina and her family, my condolences. It sucks that this happened. I wish it didn't happen. And regardless of my feelings with this situation, I pray you all find peace in your lives with this. And I don't want to take this any further ongoing because this is going to be a sensitive subject regardless of how it goes. And I'll leave it at that.
All right, well, that is our show. Ended with fireworks, I guess. Come back next Wednesday as we have Miss Peggy coming on with her perspective on everything that has happened with the coaching changes. And maybe possibly we'll find out if Desmond Ridder will be named the quarterback going forward because Aiden O'Connell was still injured. We'll see how that goes going into coming out the bye week to go play Miami. So with that said,
one more week on that possibility of him coming back. If not, 2 weeks after that, hopefully he comes back. And with this new offensive situation, fingers crossed, he can show everybody his capabilities and we can stop all this quarterback talk and not deal with fucking Shador Sanders and his father, Deion Sanders.
Yeah. So, all right then. With that said, take care, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the show. All the ups and downs of it, like a Raiders season. And we'll see what happens on this bye week. And more talk of either tanking or showing life.
Hey,
we'll come back on Wednesday.
I'm saying those words right there.
All right, then. Good night, everybody. Take care. We want to say thank you to everybody in the chats. And that is all. All right, then. Anything else to say, Asylum? All right. Peace out and enjoy your bye.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight again. I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.